So I'll be giving 2 talks on April 26th, which is a Saturday. And I figured I'd share with you the titles and abstracts of those talks so you get an idea of what you're in for, and hopefully to persuade you to invite others to come with you. So they're pretty self-enclosed talks, but they are to commemorate, to announce the release of this book that I've written. It's called Be Who You Really Are, to Become Who You Want to Be. Honesty with yourself, others, and God. And that is a long title, but it's the best I could come up with. So the book should be out by the date of the talks. So the first one will be at 8:30 a.m. The second will be at 2 p.m. And that's when we'll begin. The doors will open 30 minutes before each talk. And the talk should be about 45 minutes long, if I can speak fast enough. There's actually quite a bit to cover, and I'm excited about the book. I'm also excited about these talks. I think there will be material that you want to cover several times. We will be recording them, and I'll post them at some date after the talk. The talks are free, and I think the donations are always welcome at upwardthought.org/donate, but there won't be, a plate passed around or anything at the talk. Just come and listen, please. The address of the place is 4544 Harvest Moon Drive in South Jordan in Utah. That's the Daybreak Community Center. And the only other thing I think we have to mention about this is if you have kids and babysitters don't work for that, feel free to bring them. We just want to have as many people show up as we can get. There are 175 seats, and hopefully we'll fill up the place. We'll see. Okay, so talk number 1, which is going to be at 8:30. The title is Conflict Avoidance is Christ Avoidance. Trading in your fig leaves for robes of righteousness. The abstract is as follows. The process of knowing someone consists of revealing and reconciling hidden differences between you. The purpose of creation is to provide the opportunity to gain eternal life through knowing the Father and the Son. But this aim is resisted by the natural man's unending desire to hide who he really is. This talk will show how conflict avoidance is a barrier to eternal life that prevents knowing ourselves, others, and God. Much deeper relationships with God and other people are possible as we discover and resolve interpersonal differences. So hopefully that whets your appetite a bit. The second talk is called Argument is Not Contention, and Niceness is Not Love. The abstract reads, while Christians tend to correctly desire to avoid contention, most define the word in a way that would incorrectly condemn the Lord's example. In this talk, I will explore contention as resistance to the truth, showing that argument in favor of truth is the very means of reducing contention. I will further show how love, often cited as a reason to avoid argument, actually requires sharing the truth, especially when it is opposed, and how being nice is both unloving and contrary to the example of Christ. Now, as far as the content of these talks go, I know a lot of times when authors speak, they just sort of rehash what's in the book. Both of these talks overlap with some material in the book, obviously the topic of honesty in general, but you'll see a lot more as you read the book, but they should be regarded as parallel to the book. I'm not going to tell you what the book's all about in the talks, but if I do a good job, I'm hoping that I give you sufficient reason to read it. So you'll be able to get your hands on a copy of this book through Amazon at print cost once it's published, or you can always download a free PDF on upwardthought.org/books. And that's also where you'll find the information on where to find the book on Amazon, although you could always search it. And I will pin a comment on this video to a blog post where you can read these abstracts and titles, and also where the information about the venue, the times, and everything else will be, so you don't have to remember any of that. I really hope you can make space in your schedule. I'll be driving 8 hours down to Utah to give these 2 talks, and then 8 hours back. So I hope you can make it, even if you're an hour or so away. And I look forward to seeing familiar faces there, as well as meeting new people. And as I said before, the content of this talk, both of these talks, will be calibrated to a general audience. So please feel free to bring friends. The topic is the title. So from the abstract and title, you'll get a really good idea what that's all about. Hope to see you there, and thanks for watching.